Hey YouTube, Model56 here, bringing you guys a deck profile. Yusei Fudo Turbo version 2. So without further ado, let's do this. Start off with the monsters. Just rearrange this for a sec. Alright, so first off, got your first main tuner. And your 3 quick draw synchrons. Basically, discard a monster, special summon it, and it can only be used as a tuner for any synchro monster that requires a synchron tuner. Synchron tuner. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, that opens up possibilities for Junk Warrior, Road Warrior, Drill Warrior, Turbo Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Junk Archer, and Junk Destroyer whenever it comes out. Let's see. And I'll be explaining some combos too later on. Next up, the other tuner of the deck. 3 Junk Synchron. Ultra Junk Synchron for the win. Basically, normal summon, you retrieve a level 2 or lower monster from your graveyard and get special summon in face-up defense position with its effect negated. But the effect negation doesn't really affect this deck that much. Level 3 tuner, warrior, helps with Colossal Fighter. Alright, support. 3 tuning wear. Basically, if this guy is on the field and his effect isn't negated by Junk Synchron, he can be treated as a level 2. And if he's used as a synchro material, you get to draw a card. Now, you wouldn't believe how good the draw power is with this. So yeah, and add it on to these 3 Cyber Valley. Basically, Cyber Valley, 3 effects. Only really use the first 2. First one being, if it's selected as an attack target, you can remove from play in the battle phase, draw a card. Second effect being removing Cyber Valley and 1 other face-up monster on the field, on your side of the field, from play to draw 2. And the third effect being removing this card from play and 1 card in your hand to place 1 card from your graveyard back on top of your deck. So it's pretty good for recycling stuff as well. Not that many people use it though. Next up, 2 Level Eater. Basically, you pretty much get an automatic Junk Warrior when you discard this for a quick draw, and then you bring this back using this thing's effect. So selecting quick draw would lower the level of quick draw by 1, so it'd be level 4. This is level 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. Junk Warrior right there. Next up is 2 Cobalt Hedgehog. Basically, you really just want to dump these into the grave through any means necessary. Hand destruction, card destruction, maybe even 1 for 1, you never know. But you really don't want them in your hand. You really don't want them, you don't want to waste like a set on or a summon on this, because it's really not worth it. And of course, you guys should know what this thing does. Comes back if you have a face-up tuner. Gets removed from the field if it's brought back by its own effect. So yeah. Let's see. Last few cards. Cyber. This thing's back at 2, so it's pretty common in like pretty much every deck out there. So, and it's a free summon if you control no monsters and your opponent controls at least 1. So it's pretty much an easy Stardust if you special summon this and then normal summon Junk Synchron. Next up is Sangan. Pretty much searches out your quick draw synchrons, your tuning wares, your Cyber Valleys, your level eaters, pretty much everything that's less than 1500 attack. And Gores, very common. I mean, it's pretty much an OTK stopper. Your opponent attacks with a high attack monster, drop Gores, and yeah, you get yourself a 2700 attack beater. Beat stick, and then you also get a token with the same amount of attack that you took damage for. And the final monster is a personal tech of mine, actually, Dandelion. Might run another one since it's been semi-limited and it's going to be easy to get, but Dandelion, basically, it's really nice when you use it with quick draw, because Dandelion's effect says, like, if it gets into the graveyard in any way whatsoever, you could use its effect. So you could discard Dandelion, quick draw, you get your 2 tokens, and then sync up for like a level 6 or level 7. That's pretty good. It's like +1 right there. Or +2 in this case, I don't know. So that's it for monsters. Monster spells. Let's see, we got your 2D Synchro. Basically, this card can be used defensively and offensively, kinda. Especially in mirror matches or, you know, decks that specialize in synchro summoning, because this card can target any synchro monster on the field. And the best part is, your opponent can't get their synchro materials back, because it has to be from your graveyard, and since chances are those monsters aren't going to be in your graveyard, you pretty much got rid of your opponent's synchro. So this is pretty nice for getting rid of Stardust, Gotems, all that kind of stuff. Next up, 2 Machine Dupe. Basically the targets are Cyber Valley and Tuningware. So yeah, usually you'd probably use 1 for 1 to get either or, then Machine Dupe it, and then, you know, initiate the draw power. Next up, 2 Hand Destruction. Basically use this card to get rid of dead cards like Cobalt, and maybe even Dandelion if you think it's dead. Next up, Brain and Mind. These two are pretty much staples, quote staples, in decks like this, because I mean, synchros a lot. So, and a nice little trick I like to use with Mind Control is like use summon Cyber Valley and use Mind Control and remove from play both Cyber Valley and the card used and the monster you got from Mind Control. So basically, you got yourself a +1 pretty much. So yeah, and Brain Control, you know, staple nowadays. Take control of your opponent's monster, attack with it, then sack it for something else. Next, you got your spell chart removal staples: MST, Trunade, Heavy. Spell chart removal. Let's see, Vortex, monster removal. Avarice, Pot of Avarice, pretty broken. Well, not broken, but it's definitely like a staple in this deck because you're going to be synchroing a lot, which means your graveyard's going to be filling up really quickly. And somewhat draw power too. Card destruction, draw power, and get rid of dead cards, and 1 for 1. As I said, to discard to get, you know, Tuningware and Cyber Valley, or maybe even level 8 or 2. And finally, traps, quite simple, really staples. 2 bottomless, self-explanatory. Torrential, staple. T-Roar, just a stall, might add another one, not sure. And of course, Mirror Force. And since I'm about to run out of time, I'm just going to move on to the synchros quickly. Pretty much staple synchros here. Stardust, Black Rose, Goyo, Bryo, Catastor, Colossal, and here are your Yusei Fudo synchros, your 3 Junk Warriors, Turbo Warrior, Nitro Warrior, Road Warrior, Junk Archer, Drill Warrior, and Armory Arm. So yeah, that's pretty much the deck. I probably can't include any strategies in this video because I'm pretty much running out of time here. So yeah, overall the deck is pretty nice. It's not built to be extremely competitive. It's built to be a fun and creative deck. So all in all, it's pretty good. I actually dueled Chaos Zero today with this deck, and like he won the first one and I won the second one, but time ran out, so had to do it as a tie. So yeah, depends on how good your opening hand is. If your opening hand's crappy, like all spells and traps, then you're screwed. But you know, the odds of that happening are quite slim. So overall, it's a decent deck. I'd say the synchros that I use mostly are Road Warrior and Junk Warrior. Well, for Yusei Fudo synchros anyways, and then of course Stardust. Everyone uses Stardust. I might tech in a Starlight Road, not sure. But yeah, alright, that's all for this video. So remember to rate, comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'll have more videos on the way. And yeah, planning to get an SE box of Power Force, Absolute Power Force sometime soon, whenever it comes out. So yeah, alright, some shoutouts will be in the sidebar, I suppose, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and KiriModif56 out. There, YouTube. Peace.